There was once a time, not too long ago, where all manufacturers pretty much had a punchy performance variant of their small cars. Take for instance the Vauxhall Corsa VXR or perhaps the Peugeot 206 and 208 GTI. But nowadays, getting a performance variant of a small car has become more and more difficult, mostly due to emissions and those cars not passing the tests to be able to be sold in the UK. However, Suzuki have found a way around that. Their Suzuki Swift Sport is still on sale, but it's now a hybrid. That means that not only does it have a higher performance, punchy engine than its standard Swift variant, it's also more economical to drive. So what could be better than a car which is more fun and now more economical? Hi guys, I'm Tish and welcome back to the John Banks Review channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Suzuki Swift Sport and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this car. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and car content, then go ahead and join the John Banks Review channel. Also, if you wanted any more information about the Suzuki Swift Sport or any of the Suzukis in the range, then you can get in contact with our John Banks Suzuki dealers via the link down below. Okay, so first off, let's start by talking about the styling, because this is a pretty sharp looking car. Despite being equipped with the more powerful 1.6 litre petrol hybrid engine, the Swift Sport does share similar styling to the standard Swift, and that means it shares its practicality and its just compact size, which is great for both families and single people alike. The main ways that you can tell the Swift Sport apart from the standard car is with some external styling. So you have this carbon effect trim which runs all the way along the bottom of the diffuser. This is slightly lower and it gives the car a squatter feel. You also have that carbon effect which runs along the centre of the grille. Moving around to the side of the car, once again you've got some lower carbon side skirts, and these are going to give the whole car an overall lower feel without losing any of that practicality. Rather than 16-inch wheels, you also get 17-inch two-tone alloy wheels on the Swift Sport. This car is finished in grey, but you can also have it in a very fetching blue, yellow, red and also black. You also can opt to have black wing mirrors and a black roof as well. But it doesn't look that different from the front to the standard Swift, apart from when you get around the back. This is where there's no mistaking it for the standard Swift, because you've got a much larger, more aggressive rear diffuser, which once again is finished in that carbon effect, and it houses not one but two exhausts which give it a really sporty look and feel. It isn't the loudest exhaust due to being a hybrid, but it gives it just enough noise to let you know that you're driving something a little bit special. Boot space is pretty competitive for its class, and inside this boot you'll find a pretty modest 264 litres. The opening itself is pretty practical. You've got a nice square loading space, but there is a little bit of a lip that you have to contend with. So if you haven't got the best mobility, this could be a little bit tricky. The Swift Sport really is great fun to drive. Although it lacks the same power as, say, a Ford Fiesta ST, the Swift Sport compensates by making its performance accessible and easy to drive without the fear of breaking the speed limit. The engine has 129 brake horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque, which Suzuki claims can reach a top speed of 130 miles per hour and a reported 0 to 62 time of 9.1 seconds. However, many people believe that its actual speed feels and performs faster, and with careful gear shifting, the 0 to 62 time can actually be improved by around a second. Despite its softer suspension than the Fiesta ST and the Hyundai i20N, the Swift Sport's lightweight design means its body is not hard to control. The suspension does make for a comfortable ride every day, even though there is some compromise when it comes to its cornering sharpness. The combination between a 6-speed manual gearbox and even having things like a manual handbrake mean that the Swift Sport is able to give you some old school fun. Despite now having a more economical hybrid engine, it's still punchy enough, and it more encourages you to push it harder, meaning you may have to work it a little harder than you would a more powerful engine, but it's definitely no less fun. Of course, there is one big benefit when it comes to that hybrid engine. It might not quite have the raw driving ability that it used to and might not be quite as powerful, but it is far more economical. And that means it really is enjoyable to drive while still not costing you too much money. Compared to some of its rivals, say for instance the Polo GTI, the Suzuki Swift Sport is a very enticing price. However, it does lose out slightly in some of the quality due to that price tag. For instance, you do have some bucketed sport seats, but they are just cloth. I personally can't see that being a problem, but if you did want some higher quality materials, then you may need to look elsewhere. They are quite nice though, and you have that imitation carbon once again on the centre, which reads out Sport. You also have a nice centre console, which is finished in plastic. Once again, as I said, it does have this bright red colour which brightens up the cabin, but it isn't the highest quality. You also have that same red trim which runs along the top of the dashboard. There's actually a really nice steering wheel. I think this is great. Leather wrapped, you've also got the contrasting red stitching again to give it that sporty edge, and you've got some really nice steering wheel controls. Here you'll find your adaptive cruise control, your volume controls, and then down below you'll also find the controls for your lane assist and for your Bluetooth. I personally think that this layout is one of the best on the market. It's not confusing, there's no hidden dials, and everything you want to find, like that lane assist, is really easy. On this central touchscreen, though it isn't the highest definition, you do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and you also get satellite navigation, and as I mentioned, you get Bluetooth too. It's also very simply laid out, it's really easy to find your way around. The only thing that I would like is to have a physical volume control button. You can turn up and down the volume using your steering wheel controls, but your passenger will need to use the slider to turn the volume up and down. As you can see, that can be a little bit fiddly. You've still got physical climate control dials, and I think personally these are a real highlight. They feel very good quality. They're really actually very nice to use and very simply laid out once again. And just below that, you've got some storage, some cup holders, a USB charger, and you've also got your 12-volt port. In terms of storage, perhaps this is where the Swift could be a little bit better equipped. You haven't got the most amount of storage. There isn't any hidden pockets where you can place items. You do have a bit of storage up front in this centre console. You've got a decent sized glove box and you've got decent door cards, but there isn't anywhere to hide things away. For instance, you don't have an armrest with storage in it. Suzuki have been able to continue offering affordable cars via their no-frills approach, and that's the same story in the Swift Sport. It's practical enough. There's 3 seats. I've also got a decent amount of headroom and an okay amount of legroom for a person who's 5'5". And actually the transmission tunnel isn't too high either. So sitting people in the back, 3 side by side, actually will be doable, although probably not for long journeys. But you won't find any above and beyond equipment. So I haven't got any USB-C charging, I haven't got a centre armrest, and there is a very limited amount of storage in the doors for a water bottle. But I think for this class of car, it's more than acceptable. If you are looking for a car which is the perfect blend of all the recent hybrid and safety technologies come together with old school driving enjoyment, then it doesn't get much better than the Suzuki Swift Sport Hybrid. There has been rumours that there is a new Swift coming, but unfortunately I and all the people that are working at Suzuki don't have any inside knowledge. But could we see the loss of the Swift Sport finally for the UK? I really hope not, but if you did want to get your hands on a Swift Sport, then I say do that sooner rather than later. If you wanted any more information on the Swift Sport, then you can do that by clicking the link down below and getting in contact with one of our sales associates. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and until next time, see you later.